over to their team website to see the breakdown on her. And y'all know I'm not familiar with WNBA players. I'm going to keep it all the way 100, bro. I don't know who the hell she is. Indiana Fever guard. Indiana Fever signed guard Kyra Lambert to a 7-day contract. Now, the Indiana Fever has signed guard Kyra Lambert to a 7-day contract. The team announced today the Fever qualified for the roster spot due to the injuries to Sydney Colson and Ari McDonald. Now, Lambert has.
The Indiana Fever basketball organization has made an unexpected roster addition for the 2025 season by bringing aboard another athlete. This development comes as the franchise continues to build their competitive lineup despite ongoing challenges. The team has officially added Kyra Lambert through a week-long contract agreement. This signing represents a notable move for the organization as they address current roster needs. According to official team announcements, Lambert joins the squad to fill a vacant position created by injuries affecting Sydney Colson and Ari McDonald. The franchise secured this roster opening due to these player unavailabilities.
Due to the injuries to Sydney Colson and Ari McDonald. Now, Lambert has spent the entirety of her professional career playing in Europe, most recently with, I don't know what that is, where she won the Greek A1 league during the that season. Lambert averaged 15 points per game while shooting 42% from the beyond the arc. To go alongside with, she was named Europe's Guard of the Year. For what year, though? Was that last year? Prior to that game, that's her time in.
Lambert brings extensive international basketball experience to Indiana. She has dedicated her entire professional career to competing across European leagues. Her most recent stint was with a Greek basketball club where she secured the A1 championship during that campaign period. During her time in Greece, Lambert demonstrated strong offensive capabilities by averaging 15 points each game while maintaining impressive accuracy from three-point range at 42.2%. Her exceptional performance earned recognition as Europe's top guard player for that season. Before her Greek experience, Lambert also competed in French basketball leagues, establishing herself as a seasoned international competitor.
That's her time in Greece. Lambert also spent time in France, so she's definitely a European player. Before going professional, Lambert spent her college between Duke University and Texas. Lambert will wear number 15. So they have signed a player from overseas in shocking development. Now, they had no European players on the team, and look like the Indiana Fever new player did speak to the media earlier today. We got some of that footage. Let's roll
this opportunity that'd be coming for you.
Her collegiate career included time at both Duke University and Texas, providing her with diverse basketball backgrounds. The new team member will sport jersey number 15 for the Fever organization. Lambert addressed reporters following her signing, expressing enthusiasm about the rapid timeline of events. She learned about this opportunity on Monday, creating a swift transition period for joining the roster. When discussing her emotions about receiving this chance, Lambert emphasized feeling blessed given her basketball journey. She credited maintaining faith and consistent effort as key factors leading to this moment.
This opportunity that'd be coming for you.
Officially Monday. Yeah, Monday, so it was a pretty quick turnaround.
Take me through the emotions of that day, knowing that this was coming your way and that you'd have a chance to play on a team that might need you to play right away.
Yeah, no, I was super excited. It's a blessing, having the journey that I've had and just, remaining faithful, trusting God and doing the work and just to see it all come back around and have this opportunity as well.
What's this opportunity in the W mean, given all that you've worked to get to this point?
Yeah. I mean, it means everything, to, again, just.
The opportunity holds significant meaning after years of dedication and persistence in pursuing professional basketball. Regarding familiarity with the Fever organization, Lambert noted watching the league extensively over recent years. She considers the competition level the highest quality basketball globally. This observation period helped her understand professional operations and eased her integration process. The team staff and players have provided welcoming support during her initial days, helping her adjust quickly to new surroundings. Lambert believes her playing style aligns well with the Fever's fast-paced system, emphasizing quick ball movement, defensive pressure, and physical intensity.
To, again, just remain faithful and trust the process. It speaks to resiliency, it speaks to faith, and I'm really excited to be here.
What's your familiarity, if anything, with this team, with staff, with how they want to run things?
Yeah, I've been watching the W for years. it's the best basketball in the world. So, you know, I've been watching and I've been studying, and, you know, to be able to watch it and see it from, you know, a professional, you know, point of view has, you know, just helped the transition, and the girls and the organization.
When asked about overcoming previous ACL injuries from her college years, Lambert maintained that reaching professional basketball never seemed impossible. She continued working toward goals while trusting in proper timing for opportunities. Lambert praised the Fever organization's first-class operations and supportive environment. Everyone within the franchise has demonstrated kindness and helpfulness since her arrival. The shared objective remains winning games and pursuing championship success. Adapting to new plays, teammates, and strategies within a compressed time frame requires dedicated study similar to academic preparation.
Transition, and the girls and the organization have been great in welcoming me here, and just getting me up to speed quickly, so I'm really excited to join the team.
How does your game kind of fit in with their system and vice versa?
I mean, I think it fits in perfectly as far as just, you know, running and gunning, getting the ball out quick, pressuring on defense, really bringing intensity and physicality.
So as you're recovering from the ACL injuries that you went through in college, is this the dream, the vision for you coming through that, or did that kind of seem far-fetched?
No, it never seemed far-fetched. I mean, I just, you know, did the work. I trusted.
Lambert approaches this challenge by reviewing playbooks, analyzing game footage, and learning about personnel characteristics through diligent preparation. Most of her new teammates represent fresh relationships, though she previously competed against some players years ago. The majority of connections will be newly formed during this experience. Team viewership continues showing impressive strength despite Caitlin Clark's current absence from competition. Recent games have maintained approximately 1.6 million viewers, representing a 20% increase compared to previous season numbers. This sustained interest demonstrates the franchise's entertainment value and growing fan engagement.
No, it never seemed far-fetched. I mean, I just, you know, did the work. I trusted the process. Again, staying faithful and trusting that God's timing is perfect, and here we are.
Kelsey talked about culture and character with this team as they welcome all these new players in this season. Your first impressions on day one here, what that means, what that feels like.
I mean, this is the first-class organization. Everybody has been so welcoming, so nice, so kind, and just everybody is here helping each other. Just, you know, the goal is to win. The goal is, you know, to get another championship. So I'm really excited to be here, and I've definitely felt the love.
The Fever organization remains one of the most captivating teams for audience members throughout the league. Their ability to maintain strong viewership numbers without their star player present indicates robust team appeal and competitive excitement. Expectations suggest Clark may return to active competition within the coming weeks, potentially around mid-August timeframe between the 17th and 20th. Reports indicate she has resumed practice activities and workout sessions, suggesting her comeback approaches. The combination of Lambert's addition and potential Clark return could significantly boost team performance and viewer interest as the season progresses toward playoff competition. This roster development represents another strategic move by the Fever organization to maintain competitive strength throughout the campaign.
You know, to get another championship, so I'm really excited to be here, and I've definitely felt the love getting here, you know, just two nights ago. So.
How do you take in all the information of new plays, new teammates, tendencies, all that in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of the job. You know, you study just like people study in school. You study the playbook, you watch film, you do your due diligence as far as, you know, who you know, knowing your personnel. So, you know, again, just doing the work.
Do you have any familiarity with players on the team now, your new teammates, or is this all everybody new?
It's pretty much new. I mean, I've played against a couple of them.
Recent developments have emerged regarding tensions between the Phoenix Mercury and Indiana Fever organizations following public statements made by Sophie Cunningham during her podcast appearance. These comments have created significant controversy within the basketball community and affected team dynamics. Cunningham addressed the departure of Dawana Bonner from the Fever roster during her Show Me Something podcast episode. The situation became particularly noteworthy after the Mercury decisively defeated Indiana by 35 points in their subsequent matchup, suggesting the comments may have served as motivation for Phoenix players. The lopsided defeat raised questions about coaching strategies and team preparation. Critics argued that Coach Stephanie White should have utilized both Bonner's controversial exit and Cunningham's homecoming as rallying points to energize the Fever squad.
As well as Sophie Cunningham's homecoming, then that as a coach is a problem. All right? Because we're finding out now from more comments from Sophie, the Phoenix Mercury wasn't happy about Sophie Cunningham's comments, and they obviously use that as motivation against the Fever. Well, Stephanie White, you got to do what you got to do. Your friendship with Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner, look.
Instead, the team appeared unprepared for the emotional intensity of the contest. Behind-the-scenes connections between coaching staff and players have drawn scrutiny. White's relationships with both Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner reportedly influenced roster decisions during the offseason. These personal associations may have complicated team chemistry and strategic planning throughout the campaign. During her podcast discussion, Cunningham expressed mixed feelings about Bonner's departure from Indiana. She acknowledged respecting Bonner as a veteran player from their shared time in Phoenix, calling her a future Hall of Fame talent capable of scoring from anywhere on the court.
That caused a problem in the offseason by signing her. That drama right there. That's the thing we don't talk about. Well, the front office did it. Do you really think the Fever front office signed DeWanna Bonner without Stephanie White being all up in that crap? You've got to be kidding me. So she takes an L in part because of that. From me, anyway. That's just point blank. So let's go back here. I want to set this up.
However, Cunningham noted that Bonner seemed unhappy during her tenure with the Fever. While expressing desire for former teammates to find happiness in their careers, Cunningham emphasized the importance of professional communication when leaving organizations. She criticized the lack of explanation provided to teammates and fans regarding Bonner's sudden exit from the roster. The departure occurred without private or public statements explaining the decision. Team members and supporters initially assumed personal or medical emergencies might have prompted the absence. Instead, reports suggested Bonner sought opportunities elsewhere, particularly with Thomas and her current team.
I want to set this up. This is what this is what Sophie Cunningham said on her podcast, the Show Me Something podcast. Go subscribe. She said about DeWanna Bonner leaving the Fever, and then we'll get to her comments from yesterday.
I like DB because like DB was one of my vets when I was in Phoenix, and then we gathered here into Indiana, and like it was kind of a surprise that she was signed to Indiana anyway, and so we'll take.
Cunningham maintained that while players deserve to make decisions benefiting their careers, professional courtesy requires basic communication with teammates. Simple messages acknowledging the situation and wishing former colleagues well represent standard professional behavior in such circumstances. Following her initial comments, Cunningham provided additional context about ongoing tensions between the organizations. She noted that relationships between teams had been strained due to coaching staff connections and player movements between franchises. These underlying issues contributed to competitive animosity beyond typical rivalry dynamics. Cunningham admitted she could have been more critical in her assessment but chose measured language while still highlighting unprofessional aspects of the situation.
I said she was signed to Indiana anyway, and so we'll take her in a heartbeat. Like she's a Hall of Famer. She's a hell of a basketball player, can score from anywhere on the court. But she got to Indiana and she just like really wasn't happy. And like, I want people to be happy. So that's why I'm kind of like neutral on this one, which a lot of people are surprised about. She's towards the end of her career. So like she deserves her flowers. She deserves to be happy. But I also think that if you're going to leave, like you're going to have to expect getting booed. Like,
was there explanation when it happened? No, not even privately.
Other league players reportedly agreed with her perspective on proper departure protocols, validating concerns about communication standards. The Mercury utilized these comments as motivation during their dominant performance against Indiana. Cunningham acknowledged feeling energized despite the loss, noting she performed well individually while discussing the competitive atmosphere throughout the contest. Phoenix's comprehensive victory surprised observers given the talent level on Indiana's roster. An 81-80 defeat would have represented acceptable road performance, but the 35-point margin suggested significant preparation or motivation disparities between teams.
Not even privately. Yeah, I mean, okay. That's tough. And, yeah, okay. Well, I did say what? Unless you leave on some fuck you type shit, and that's what that is, so.
Yeah.
And it's family, I guess, but like you gotta get, I mean, sometimes if you're doing things that inconvenience other people, but they're better for you, you have to do it, but let someone know.
I think there's
say sorry, say what you're doing.
Yes, I think I'm right there with you. I think I'm still rooting for her. Like, I want her to end her career.
Mercury players and organization members expressed displeasure with Cunningham's public statements. They viewed her comments as inappropriate regardless of their measured tone or acknowledgement of Bonner's basketball abilities. This reaction demonstrates how quickly controversial statements can escalate tensions between franchises. Fan reactions have intensified following these developments. Social media platforms show heated exchanges between supporter groups, with some directing harsh criticism toward Cunningham for her comments about Bonner's departure.
I want her to end her career and be happy, but I also think that, like, it's okay to be professional about it and, like, send a text to your teammates. Send a text and be like, hey, like, love you guys. Or you don't even have to say love you guys. Just like, hey, sorry this didn't work out. Good luck. Da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to handle that, I think.
And because the Indiana Fever fan base had DeWanna Bonner's back, well, we thought she was off dealing with some kind of personal issue, a medical issue, a relative that was on their deathbed. We thought a relative or something was on their deathbed.
These responses highlight the emotional investment of basketball communities in player movements and team loyalty. The situation reflects broader issues within professional sports regarding player mobility and communication standards. When established veterans change teams, especially mid-season or under unusual circumstances, expectations exist for transparent communication with affected parties, including teammates, coaches, and fan bases. Professional athletes typically provide public statements when leaving organizations, acknowledging support received and explaining departure reasons. These gestures help maintain relationships and demonstrate respect for communities that supported their careers.
Nah, she trying to get out of town. Go play with Alyssa Thomas. Well, and look, Sophie made these comments. She was very open about the fact, hey, I like DeWanna Bonner, blah, blah, blah. You think that matters to them? Nah. Of course not. Of course not. So, Sophie has come out and said the following.
Well, I do. I think that, like, our teams don't really like each other anyway, just because of, like...
Absence of such communication can create lasting negative impressions. Bonner's specific destination preferences have drawn additional scrutiny. Reports suggest she declined opportunities with multiple teams, while specifically seeking reunion with particular players or coaching staff. This selectivity reinforces perceptions that personal relationships rather than basketball considerations drove her departure decisions. Current coaching staff relationships continue generating discussion about potential conflicts of interest or compromised decision-making.
I don't know, just kind of like her leaving. Some of those players used to be under our coaching staff, and so there's just like a lot there. But yeah, I could have been way meaner, right? Like I told her, like, she didn't listen to the whole clip. She just saw the thing about, like, she could have handled it more professional, which, like, honestly, everyone that's talked to me besides their team has, like, yeah, she could have. And so it's like, duh. But that team's just drama to me. I don't know. But I don't know. I went home and I started, like,
when personal friendships influence professional roster construction, questions arise about objective evaluation of player fit and team chemistry requirements. The comprehensive nature of Phoenix's victory suggests they effectively channeled frustration into competitive focus. Teams often perform at elevated levels when feeling disrespected or motivated by external commentary. Indiana's inability to match this intensity represents a concerning development for their organizational culture. This controversy demonstrates how quickly internal team matters can become public relations challenges affecting multiple organizations.